have really been the leader throughout, the only team that tried to trade for him, and really a perfect situation. Perfect team, a coach he knows. Derek Carr is going to love it there, and he's going to get paid quite handsomely.
Breaking news today, Derek Carr finally finds his new team, and he's going to be reuniting with his favorite coach of all time, Dennis Allen, and New Orleans with the Saints. Both parties have agreed on a $150 million contract over 4 seasons. Golly, that's a lot of money. I know that he was all over social media today saying, who dat? Well, we're going to find out on today's video. Cue the intro.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby. It's because you're not feeling Uzi.
What is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Samoa Raider back at it again with another video. I know it's been quite a long time. You know, I took a darkness retreat not too long after the Pro Bowl. It's supposed to be like 2 or 3 days, but my ass didn't wake up in time, so I basically hibernated for the past couple of weeks, which is why I haven't posted a video in such a long time. But hey, I'm finally back, and there's a lot of things to unpack in the Raider Nation. But as of today, it's official. Derek Carr has found his new team, and he's going to be heading to New Orleans to play with the Saints. According to Ian Rapoport, the Saints and Derek Carr agreed on a 4-year deal for $150 million with $100 million in total guarantees. He gets $70 million effectively fully guaranteed, $60 million at signing, another $10 million in year 3 vesting after year 1. Carr structured his deal to accommodate the Saints' cap issues. That is a lot of money and a lot of guarantees for Derek Carr, especially coming off of his worst season yet. Now, I understand that the Saints are paying him not for what he did last season, but what they expect him to do this season. They got a whole team around him. I do believe that the Saints are in a better position team-wise than the Raiders are in right now. And I mean, Derek Carr, if there was any team out there that he should go to and fit perfectly with, I feel like it was the New Orleans Saints. Now, my biggest thing about this was the fact that, you know, the Saints actually was the very first team that Derek Carr went to go visit when the Raiders actually gave him permission to. And, you know, we thought we were going to get a deal done. Obviously, Derek Carr said that he wasn't going to accept any trade. He wasn't going to waive his no trade clause. He was going to become a free agent, and obviously the Raiders just had to just sit back and just, you know, respect that decision. You know, I will for one say that I was actually wrong, man. I was actually wrong. There was a lot of people that called me out on this, and I was so sure that Derek Carr was going to be traded away because I felt like that was better for him. But who cares? I'm not scared to say that I was wrong because I was. You know, Derek Carr just wanted to go out in his own ways, and at the end of the day, he didn't want to help the Raiders out at all, and I can't blame him for that. Now, Derek Carr put the nail in the coffin, made this whole thing official when he posted on his IG and on his Twitter with this video captioned, "Who that?" Another team that was in the mix for the Derek Carr sweepstakes was the New York Jets, and that was another team that a lot of people thought that he could go to. But at the end of the day, Derek Carr felt more comfortable going to New Orleans with the Saints. I feel like that is a better situation for him offensively and defensively. I just don't know how good of a coach Dennis Allen would be, you know, coaching up Derek Carr, because we've seen the last time that happened and it didn't really work out. But now he got a 9-year veteran coming into their system. I mean, the Saints are a great team defensively, and I know there's a lot of players out there that was really excited to hear the news today that they could get a quarterback like Derek Carr to help lead them into hopefully the promised land. But you know, that ain't gonna happen because, you know, next year is gonna be the Raiders' year. Now, the biggest loser in this whole situation, I would say, is the Raiders, because we had Derek Carr for all these years. We've been talking about trading Derek Carr for all these years, and I felt like it was a little bit too late. That's why, I mean, we came out of this whole situation with nothing in return from Derek Carr. There was a lot of teams out there that would have loved to get Derek Carr, and, you know, whether it was John Gruden or Jack Del Rio, none of them pulled the trigger on trading Derek Carr away. We could have definitely got a first-round pick out of him in years prior, but, you know, it's a little bit too late right now. All I got to say about this Derek Carr situation is that, you know, I wish it could have ended on better terms, but it is what it is. He's going to New Orleans. He's going to play for them. I don't think we play the New Orleans Saints next season, but I can't wait to see the next time we see Derek Carr suit up against the silver and black. I'm always going to root for DC no matter what, because I got respect for him. Unless he's playing the Raiders, then, you know, fuck him. But at the end of the day, I'm actually excited about the future of the Raiders. I know today was a Derek Carr day. Everybody's talking about Derek Carr because he's got a new team. But, you know, I'm really excited to see who the next signal caller will be here in Las Vegas to take over as our starting quarterback. There's a lot of options out there. What do the Raiders do now? There's so many different scenarios out there. I mean, you know, we talked about Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, we talked about Tom Brady, but his candy ass went and retired. But Aaron Rodgers was an option out there before he went into this darkness retreat for a couple of days. And then coming out, you know, I heard reports saying that, you know, the Raiders are pulling out. They're not interested in Aaron Rodgers. But now there's another report that the Raiders are not really all out on Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm one of the fans that is really down to bring Aaron Rodgers over here to Silver and Black, you know, reunite with Davante Adams. But then again, if we don't get him, I don't care, because we save a lot more money. We save our draft capital. I mean, I don't know what it's going to cost to get him. Hopefully, it's going to be a little bit lower, because I don't think that the Packers have any type of leverage here. So if that is a route that the Raiders are kind of dabbling with, you know, I'm down with that. Now, there's another option out there, obviously, Jimmy G. He's a guy that nobody wants, but he's a guy that I wouldn't mind if we brought him over here, obviously, for the right price. I know that he might not be an instant upgrade over Derek Carr. I don't know if he's even going to be good over here, but I'm always down to give somebody a chance out there. But, you know, Josh McDaniels already came out and talked about that. He's not looking for a one-year rental. So whoever we bring at quarterback is going to be our quarterback at least 2 years, unless we go out into the NFL draft, which I know is just around the corner. And I know that the NFL Combine just happened these past couple of days. And man, I was really looking out for them quarterbacks, and my, oh my.
My neck and my back.
It's been quite a while since the Raiders actually were interested in any quarterbacks going into the draft. You know, ever since we got Derek Carr, we never really had to look at any quarterbacks, even though there was a lot of rumors that we could possibly be looking into quarterbacks. But at the end of the day, we got a lot of talented, young, explosive players out there in the NFL draft. You got a lot of players on the defensive side of the ball, and you definitely got all these quarterbacks out there. You got, you know, the Bryce Youngs of the world. You got CJ Stroud, who definitely is at the top of my list. And then you got a guy like Anthony Richardson that has been slowly rising up the draft boards and really showed out at the draft combine. Got me really excited. And I know Anthony Richardson is definitely a freak athlete, and he proved that just yesterday. But then again, it's one thing to look great out there at the NFL combine and another thing to look great in the NFL. So there is a big risk there, but also a huge reward if he pans out. And I could definitely see him in his office. Now, Will Levis is obviously another quarterback I'm really interested in. All of the top quarterbacks in this draft, I wouldn't mind bringing over here to the Silver and Black. I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know if it's going to be a guy that's going to come in and sit down. Is it going to be a guy that's going to come in, take over the realm, and try to move forward with this team, hopefully go pretty far in the season? I don't know. But there's also other quarterbacks later on in the draft, you know, a Hendon Hooker out there, Cunningham out there that kind of really caught my eye here and there. You know, I got to do a little bit more homework on that, but the Raiders have options. And that's not something that you could have said a couple of years ago. So with that said, Raider Nation, who is your favorite option at quarterback right now? After hearing the Derek Carr news today, are you guys still going to support him over there in New Orleans? I mean, heck, are you going to leave your fandom here in the Raider Nation and go move with Derek Carr? Because I know there's a lot of Carr fans out there that would do anything for Derek Carr. What are your thoughts on the whole news that broke today? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. But that was not the only news that went on today, because we got some great news. According to Ian Rappaport, the Raiders have officially franchise tagged Josh Jacobs, the leading rusher in the NFL for the 2022 season. Now, we all knew that this was going to come, but to see it actually happen, you know, gets a lot of us really excited. But that does not mean that Josh Jacobs will be playing under the franchise tag. Now, he is only getting $10.9 million, which is going to affect the cap space immediately. But the Raiders actually got up until July 15 to get a long-term deal done if that's what they want to do moving forward. Now, if they don't get anything done before July 15th, then Josh Jacobs is going to be playing under the franchise tag, which would save the Raiders a lot of money moving forward. But it also means that Josh Jacobs will be a one-year rental. Who knows if Josh Jacobs would hold out to get a long-term deal? I mean, in his defense, Josh Jacobs really hasn't been a really viable running back when it comes to being an injury-free running back. I mean, other than last season, he's always been on and off the field, dealing with a bit of injuries. He's always looked good out there, but not as great as he did last season, which, you know, a lot of us are really hyped up about. I mean, hey, I called that shit. I called that shit at the beginning of last season. I was like, you know what? I feel like a lot of people are really downplaying Josh Jacobs because, you know, Josh McDaniels and Dave Z wanted to move into a more running back by committee kind of thing. But the fact that he went out there and showed out, I mean, he played in the Hall of Fame game. No starters play in the Hall of Fame game, but we see seen Josh Jacobs play in the Hall of Fame game look great going to the season, and they weren't really feeding him the ball. But the moment they gave him the keys to the castle, this dude popped off the whole season, and he was the main reason why we were able to win a lot of these games. Or I mean, only 6 games, but hey, he really had a great season. And the fact that we got him back in the silver and black, at least right now, this gives the Raiders some time to get a deal done with Josh Jacobs, and I'm pretty sure that they will get it done, because I feel like Josh Jacobs should retire as a Raider, hopefully. But you know, the running back market is all over the place as of right now. It's just great to see that we got Josh Jacobs locked in as of right now. We already know how much he wants to be a Raider, and we already know how much Josh McDaniels and Dave Z appreciate him as a Raider. So we'll see what happens in these next coming weeks. It's going to be a crazy next couple of weeks, because free agency is going to be coming out. You know, the Raiders are going to be going out, maybe making some trades. Who knows? I'm really excited for this offseason, because if we make all the right moves, this could be a contending team in 2023. I know last year was a bit of a down, well shit, it was a down year, because we didn't even make the playoffs. We didn't even sniff the playoffs at all, and every single chance that we had going into the playoffs, we blew. So hopefully moving forward with a new quarterback, bringing back all our weapons, you know, on the offensive side of the ball, we still got Darren Waller. Congratulations to him and Kelsey Plum for getting married, and also Max Crosby for getting married over the weekend and whatnot. If we could keep all of our core players, from Darren Waller to Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, then I feel like this team should be okay. I don't know how Hunter Renfro's future is going to look right now. I feel like he could be a candidate out there for us to trade away. I mean, I'm not hoping that he's going to be gone, but if there's somebody that I would rather trade away, it'd be Hunter Renfro. So with that said, Raider Nation, how confident are you guys about Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler moving forward into free agency and the draft? Do you guys feel like they can build a contending team? Like I said before, who's your favorite quarterback option for the Raiders to go into 2023 with? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today in this video. I know it's been a very long time. I kind of joked about it earlier, but in all honesty, you guys already know that I'm a new father, and you know, dealing with a new kid and trying to raise her, it's been really tough. So you know, I try to take a little bit of time off to focus on that. But now that, you know, the ball is starting to roll, I'm gonna try to get back into doing more videos for you guys. But I appreciate all the support that you guys have shown this channel. With that said, until the next video, this your boy Some More Raider, and your boy is
Started off in Oakland, now we here. Thought that we was done, we just hit another gear. Look, started off in Oakland, now we here. Hey, pull up with the nation in the silver black gear. Look, 4 games straight, we in the playoff. Shout out to the Chargers fans, y'all enjoy the layoff.